Fox Speaks. She's a fairly new member. She joined in October 2011, and she's already on her 6th speech as a competent communicator for vocal variety. Lisa is also here today as part of the Club Ambassador program, and that's a way that you can visit other groups and be recognized for that effort. So I really think that's cool that Lisa's doing that. Today she's working on communication, something to value. Please welcome Lisa.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. I appreciate you allowing me to come here and speak with you today. And being that it is my first meeting, I would like to share one of the most impactful times of my life with you. It is, to some extent, about the power of communication, something that I believe that we take for granted. And sometimes it's also something we don't always think too much about before we use it. I went to the mall one time, and I saw in one of the ear-piercing shops, "Ears pierced while you wait." Seriously? I never considered dropping my ears off. Another example was I got a phone call one time. My friend was quite upset about something written in a letter she had received. They asked her to keep her private area clean. You've got to be kidding me. Who says such a thing? I was really getting upset until I heard her on the other end of the phone. Actually, it was our condominium association asking property owners to keep their private property clean. Laughter is one of those all-powerful things that we have that can just push us forward, and sometimes it's all we have to hang on to by a thread. November 5th. 2009. It was a beautiful, sunshiny day, seasonably warm. My little 5-year-old niece had come to spend a few days with me. We laughed and we giggled and had a good time like only 5-year-olds know how to do. She kept me busy that entire day until the school was dismissed and it was time for me to teach piano. That's what I was doing when the phone rang. So, typically, I wouldn't answer a phone call while I was teaching, but on this particular day, my teenage daughters had traveled to Appleton after school. I excused myself. 45 minutes later, I found myself at Theta Clark Regional Medical Center in the emergency room. I found my daughter covered in blood. She was scared, I was scared, and you can bet my little niece was scared. Blood covered or not, though, she was okay. And I didn't know where her sister was. Where was she? You know, when the police call to tell you about an accident, they give you no details. Similarly, when doctors talk to you, they tell you no more than what you need to know at the time. Time passed about as fast as time can pass when you're in a situation like that. We watched the nurses, the doctors, the police. They came in and out of the room, doing their jobs and asking questions. And finally, we were allowed to go visit my daughter's friend, who was also in the car at the time. It broke my heart when I saw that poor child's face. Her eye socket was shattered, her face just bruised and swollen, her clavicle broken. At the same time, I knew she would be okay. Where was my other daughter? Where was Becca? At last, they took us into another room. I was amazed at all the family who had entered in. And the doctor spoke those words that we eagerly anticipated. Becca is alive. She's stabilized, but don't get your hopes up. Day after day after day, her stresses raised high. Finally, 3.5 weeks later, we moved to the step-up unit of the ICU. That's good. A couple days after that, they said, we're going to try to remove her trach. So Becca knew that she only had a couple of words that she would be able to say. And as she spoke, she sounded a little bit like E.T., she chose her words and said, "When can I go home?" It was heart-wrenching to hear those words, but at the same time, the spirits in my soul just soared because it was the first time in an entire month that I got to hear and communicate with my daughter. It was an awfully long time. Can you imagine going for an entire month without communicating with a loved one? Her prognosis had been quite bleak. MRIs revealed that her brain looked as though she had been shot at close range with a shotgun. Today, I can rejoice. Because of the power of prayer and the miraculous healing power of God, she has far surpassed anything the doctors had ever said that she would be able to achieve. In fact, if you met her today, you may not even know something was wrong with her. She suffers the lingering effects from the trauma she sustained. But we believe that one day she will be able to be a part of normal society. We don't realize the impact that our words have on one another. I've been blessed to watch these three girls come together and their relationship grow immensely. I cherish their laughter each and every day. May I encourage you to choose your words wisely? It's fun to laugh at those poorly worded sentences that are out there, but it is especially important to communicate well with those that are around us, especially the people we work and live with. You've heard it said, live each day as if it is your last. I believe the same can be said with your words. Cherish your life. Live each day as if it's your last. Choose your words wisely. And may the words you speak encourage one another and show the love and respect for everyone around you.